Hi everyone, welcome back to Trees and Turtles. My name is Imogen and in today's video I'm sharing what changed about me in the past year. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that because what are you even doing? Clearly my channel is the best that there is. Give me a thumbs up on this video, follow me on Instagram and let's get started. I've done a couple of these reflection videos. I've done one on goals, I've done one on just sort of general 2023 ramblings, and this one is about what changed about me in the past year. I think it's really good to reflect on how you've changed as a person, because especially when you're in your early 20s, as I assume quite a lot of you are, in fact I know a lot of you are because I know a lot of my subscribers personally, I think when you're in your early 20s, a year is a significant proportion of your life, and also you're growing and developing and changing really fast. So it's really helpful to, at any age, but particularly now, to reflect on what changed about you in the past year, because you can really apply those lessons moving forward, and you're gaining a huge amount of experience per unit of time, if that makes sense. So just reflecting on that and sort of taking it forward to action your next goals. Is that even a word? Anyway, yeah, it can be really useful. So the first thing I want to talk about is big goals I've achieved. I've gone on about this forever, so I'm going to be super brief. I got a 2-1 second year, which was great. I landed a summer internship. I started investing. I maintained and improved my skincare routine. I applied for a job and I got one, and I've started applying for grad jobs. I became financially independent, and I started creating content again, and more at a faster rate than ever. Okay, so those are big goals that I achieved, and that me a year ago would have been actually amazed at, because there were a load of things that I wanted to do and obviously I hadn't done, and it was really frustrating, and I've just put in a load of legwork this year and I've made those goals happen. So really happy about that. Okay, the next thing is habits I built. So a really nice habit that I built this year that I hadn't really done at all previously ever in my life was treating myself at the end of the week. And this kind of only really started halfway through the year. But I started buying myself sushi on Fridays and flowers on Fridays, and I can immediately hear you guys saying, oh, isn't that super expensive every week, blah blah blah. If you're interested, you can go watch my side hustle video. I made nearly 1k this year, and my side most of my side hustle money just goes towards, firstly, groceries, because I gotta spend it on something practical, and secondly my little end of week treats. And I'm not saying I spent 1k on sushi this year, because that would be ridiculous, so clearly I didn't, but having some sort of fun money, if that makes sense, that I don't have to worry about, and that I can just use to sort of take part in my self-care ritual is really, really helpful. And yeah, if you're interested, I'll put that video in the description, because I have a great side hustle and I really enjoy it. Actually, it doesn't even feel like work, so I completely recommend it. Anyway, the point is I still maintain a good savings rate while doing that. Also, to sort of piggyback off of that, I started buying myself flowers, because this is gonna sound very cringe, but I honestly don't care because I enjoyed it. So obviously Miley Cyrus released her single Flowers, and I listened to it non-stop, and obviously it's all about self-love and giving yourself the sort of the respect that you would like from other people, and sort of valuing yourself. I'm sure you've heard the song, it's been on every radio station ever in the past year. But anyway, it just sort of got me thinking, and over a few months I was oh, you know what, I'm not going to wait for someone to get me flowers, I'm going to go get myself flowers. So I went and I got myself flowers, and I was this is the greatest feeling ever, I'm going to do it every week, so now I do, and it's great, and I completely recommend it. I don't care who you are, I think you should buy flowers, because it is going to be good for you, and if you are not a flowers person, you should find something else to get every week that's consumable. Because I bought Tesco roses for £3 and they lasted 3 weeks. Seriously, £1 per week for flowers a year, for that is completely worth it. Anyway, investing. I invested a lot of money this year. Well, I say a lot, for me, a lot of money this year. Interviewing, another habit I developed. I did probably 300 job applications before I got my current job, and I got quite good at interviewing, because that's a lot of rejections, you know? So I definitely developed my interviewing skills, which is actually going to be really helpful for me in the sort of grad market. So I'm actually kind of glad that it took so many rejections for me to get that job, because the practice was impeccable. Also, this is kind of not a habit because I've been doing this forever, like since I was a teenager, but juggling loads of things at once. I think as I get older, the things I have to juggle get bigger and more fragile, and there are more of them, so I think it's just kind of expanding on that skill. Anyway, the next thing I want to talk about is like big life events. So I got my first remote job, I finished second year with a 2-1. I'm close to finishing my degree, which I'm really excited about, and I chose to end some like close personal relationships for mental health reasons. I've talked about this more, but like this year was like full of big life events and also some like a few health scares for me as well. Fortunately, I'm completely fine, but all of that really sort of, yeah, it sent me on a bit of an emotional roller coaster, if that makes sense, but I think overall it made me like more stable as a person because I am better at like regulating my emotions now. On which topic, I actually want to talk about how my mental health has changed in the past year. So I got on medication for the first time in my life. I have been like, I've had depression and anxiety since I was like 12 or 13. I only received like an anxiety diagnosis more recently than that, and it was as a result of a really severe panic episode, and I had to go to hospital, and when I got out, my GP said, look, we want to put you on anxiety meds, so we had like a consultation, and I'm on these anxiety meds, and honestly they have really, really, really helped, like genuinely changed my life. I was quite worried about going on meds because I was like, oh, what if it changes my entire personality? But it just made me able to sleep, which is great. So yeah, also I went to hospital for mental health reasons. That was kind of like a wake-up call. I was like, oh, I really need to do something, because I was kind of like just going through life without any, I mean, I was going to therapy, but like I was just not doing any kind of medical help, and that was not good. So I went to uni therapy. My mental health has improved, and I started to like have more trust in myself and sort of becoming more resilient and happier, and I think sort of taking away a lot of the anxiety really, really helped for me, because I'm obviously in quite a high pressure situation regardless of my mental health, so I can take all the help I can get, basically. Alright, skills I've developed. I've learned to code in R, and I've developed a lot of other software capabilities. My degree is actually rapidly becoming a computer science degree, but at least I'm employable. I learned some Portuguese. I learned to stand up for myself better and set better boundaries. I developed my academic skills at an undergraduate level to a standard that I'm reasonably happy with, and I can now, finally, the biggest achievement of them all, do winged eyeliner, which is something that makes me feel very slay and very queer and very feminine, and I love it. If you're more interested in that, you should check out my coming out video where I'm like talking about everything bisexuality. Okay, relationships. I've gained a lot of confidence in like making and ending relationships across all types of relationship, all areas of my life. I've focused a lot on quality over quantity. If I'm still friends with you at this point, I probably really like you. Okay, physical health. My physical health hasn't really changed that much. I've started taking better care of my skin and hair. I think I mentioned that before. I haven't really exercised more. Something interesting I've done is I've started laser hair removal on my armpits. I'm doing a video about that, but because I only have like a session once a month, I'm having to film it over like 6 months, so that'll come out like whenever I finish the sort of course of treatment. And that's already making me more comfortable. Like, I did it for like comfort reasons first and aesthetic reasons second, because like TMI, but like when I if I don't shave, I get like sort of really sweaty and uncomfortable, and I noticed that was something that was really distracting me and making it like hard for me to focus, and I was like getting bored of shaving, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna research laser hair removal, and I've started doing it, and honestly the difference I've noticed has been amazing. I'm already so much more comfortable sort of in my own skin. It's great. Anyway, my eating habits have continued to be good, but I've started to enjoy cooking more, which bodes well for being healthy in the future. I've also become more confident about going to the doctor when I'm worried about something. So like to begin with, I was like, oh, I won't go to the doctor, I'll like stay home and hope I don't die. PSA, that's kind of dumb, go to the doctor. I've been getting better at this. Alright, so I just wanted to finish with my overall perception of myself. I'm more confident than I was a year ago. I'm both happier with myself, and I'm also expecting more of myself than ever, which is kind of a core part of my personality at this point. This year has sort of both tested and proved my capacity, so I've put a lot of pressure on myself again. Is that a good idea? Probably not, but also like, we get results, so like we move. I'm also really excited for 2024 in a way I wasn't for 2023. I think it's because I'm looking forward to graduating and like moving house and a lot of like adult things that I'm really stoked for. So that's what changed about me in the past year. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that. Give this video a big thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys later. Okay, bye!